Remember, Chris Hemsworth, there's only room for one Thor in this town, and that's Thor Industries, THO, world's top maker of recreational vehicles and motorhomes. Here's a stock that's been a truly amazing performer, up over 36% year-to-date going into last night's earnings report. Then Thor announced its earnings, and once again, all I can say is that this company truly lived up to its name, which is why the stock folded over 13% today. Yep, Thor posted a gigantic 59-cent earnings beat off a $1.84 basis, much higher than expected sales, up more than 30% year-over-year. Think about that. These were amazing numbers, even for a company with a history of blowing away the estimates. Meanwhile, Thor's margins continue to expand. Very impressive backlog. No wonder the stock took off today. Now, I've been recommending Thor for a long time. We just had the CEO on 2 months ago when the stock was nearly 30 points lower. So can it keep climbing? Let's check in with Bob Martin. He's the bankable president and CEO of Thor Industries. Learn more about the quarter and where his company's headed. Mr. Martin, welcome back to Mad Money.
Thank you very much, Jim. Happy to be back.
All right, Bob, I've got to tell you, this quarter was so much better that I think all of your Q&A, which I know you guys do, and you're tougher on yourself than anybody else, really can be kind of summed up by one thing. It's not cyclical. It's not connected to autos. It's about a change in lifestyle, and the change in lifestyle is driving the numbers.
Definitely. That's a huge part of it. It's a change of lifestyle. It's a younger demographic. It's an industry that's really reaching this younger buyer. You know, we're probably still ahead of the millennials, but Gen X, Gen Y, and we're starting to talk to the millennials. But it's this change of lifestyle that you can use an RV to not just go to a campground, but go to a kid's game for baseball, soccer, lacrosse, concerts. It's a lifestyle piece.
Yeah, my daughter just came back from a 2.5-month camping trip, and she was saying she spoke to a lot of people about RVs. She's still in the tent phase, which you said is gateway to RVs in your note. But she emphasized to me that a lot of the places she went to were preserved areas, like the national parks, where they won't let them build hotels, or the hotels close in September. The only way to see America, she says, is through camping, and it's only $10 to $20 a night. That's a very big change for people.
Definitely. I mean, the gateway is tent campers, and it's Campgrounds of America have a great statistic that they use, and they let us use, that there are 30 million tent campers out there, and those people are potentially our next buyers. We're the next phase for the tent campers. That they hit about 30, and they get tired of sleeping on the ground, and they need something that they want a bed, they want air conditioning, they want something comfortable. And yes, to see the national parks, there is no better way than a tent, but an RV is a huge presence when you go through the national parks. I was in Yellowstone this summer, hundreds, thousands of RVs as you're passing. Customers own RVs, Cruise Americas, the rental units. So many different ways that they're using them.
Well, tell me if I'm wrong, but my daughter comes home and she goes, "Oh, they're all glamping." Do you know glamping?
Glamping is simply a term that people go into RVs, and it's been typically some of the bigger motorhomes that have a lot of just incredible amenities, huge refrigerators, stereos, TVs. It's glamour camping. But we've taken a lot of those features and we've brought them down into more affordable units, smaller Class Cs, smaller travel trailers. So it feels like you're glamping, but it's letting the buyer take all of their comforts of home that they want. If they're out hiking and fishing during the day, but at night they can come in and they can watch TV. They can catch up on their emails through Wi-Fi. They still want a lot of the creature comforts, and that's what an RV allows them to do.
Another thing that I'm getting a line on is that there's a form of Airbnb. It's called Hip Camp. And what people do is lots of people with land will rent them to people who have your RVs. And it'll be really cheap. It's a much cheaper way than a hotel that the millennials, in large part, are spending on your vehicles, and then everything else is cheaper and just on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, that is a new piece that's coming into the industry. People they're renting. It could be, a newer RV or an older RV, and it can be a very affordable way to discover the RV lifestyle. And so I am seeing more of that, and we're very open to it. I mean, that is another gateway to the lifestyle, because we feel that once people try RVing, they typically come back. And then they like to do it for longer trips. And then part of the beauty of having an RV is you have all of your own things. So they may rent a couple times, or they may, use a website to book one for a few nights, but if they like it, they may buy an RV because you have your own linens, you have all your own food, you have your own comfortable pillow, your own fan, just your things that are always in your RV. So many of the rental sites I think are great gateways for us to capture a customer in the years to come.
But one last thing, we have Winnebago one. I know that they're much, much smaller than Thor, but they did make an acquisition. Now, you made that Jayco acquisition, which obviously, in retrospect, was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen a business person do. But are you bumping into Winnebago with that acquisition, or is there room for everybody?
For them, it's a little bit different. I mean, Winnebago's always been more motorized. With their acquisition of Grand Design, it definitely put them on pace with travel trailers. But for us, we've always been a bigger travel trailer company, about 75% versus 25% motorized. So it's a very competitive industry. But for us, we definitely feel that our products are taking market share. And with the numbers that we see in our backlog and our growth from over the last year, we have great confidence in the products that we're producing are really fitting the customers what they're looking for today.
Fabulous. Well, Bob, I guess whether you're tailgating or whether you're glamping or just seeing the country, you are in the sweet spot. That's Bob Martin, President and CEO of Thor Industries. This stock's not done. I mean, this is a big, long trend, and people keep thinking it's cyclical. It's a trend, people, and it's going higher. Stay with Thor. Stay with Cramer. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.